Our world is becoming consumed by social media. Hours seem to float by as you post a picture of your kids, share inspirational quotes, or comment a string of emojis on a friend's status. These platforms have made users more comfortable sharing their personal information online. Many people are already aware that social media companies sell users' data to advertising companies to provide personalized and relevant ads all over the internet. But now, this big data technology is moving to a more public setting with large billboards, such as the ones in Times Square, collecting data from the cell phones of passersby to publicly display personalized ads. This change from a private setting to a large public one may make it easier to find items suited to your needs, but it is not worth the invasion of privacy. Coding databases, called Application Programming Interfaces, or APIs, allow businesses to track where you are and see your usage history. So, advertisers can see if you are heading towards a mall and have been looking at shoes on your phone. By using this information, these companies can display an ad for a new line of shoes at Payless. Not only do these advertisers have access to your location and search history, but to personal information like credit score, gender, age, race, income, and purchase history. With this info, the analytics platform can then determine what motivates you, what your interests are, your hobbies, and your fears in order to create a profile suited to better format an ad that will connect with you specifically. Think of these advertising companies as call centers. The old school form of advertising, like paper billboards and newspapers, are cold calls for companies. Desperate generalized ads hoping 1 out of 4 people will relate to them. But this new way of advertising using APIs is creating warm calls, drawing those already showing interest in the product to buy. In Diaz Nasamone's book, Personalized Digital Advertising: How Data and Technology Are Transforming How We Market, they explain how digital media opens opportunities to make more functional and smarter billboards that understand the interest of consumers and tailor messages and advertisements directly to their needs. So, why aren't more people happy about the benefits gained from this advancing advertising strategy? The simple answer is the ethical dilemma that collecting and using people's personal data is creating. People have come to expect things to be right at their fingertips, but don't want the invasion of privacy that comes with it. I sat down with Weber State University's business ethics and business law professor, Matthew Toohey, to ask a few questions about the impact of using API technology on virtual billboards.
You make things public, which has to do with the publication of what's being produced as a result of your data. So if you're on your phone, you get targeted ads, but you're the only one seeing them in most cases. I suppose somebody could see over your shoulder, but it might create additional concerns for you to walk by a billboard in Times Square and then have ads pop up that are related to something you've searched. But for me, it seems more visceral to me. It seems like a more clear invasion of privacy to have your information used for something that's really widely publicized like that. But when I think about it, I can't really think about why that would be. I can't come up with a justification other than that one little thing of you crossing a line into sharing other people's data, not just back to them, but also to an audience that that goes beyond them. If I think about it, I think that no, it doesn't probably. I think the invasion of privacy is part of technological automation that is going to lead to taking away a part of our humanity to some extent. So that's from the perspective of a consumer and a human being. From a business owner, the objectives are different, and I think if we focus in on making businesses run more efficiently, if I'm a business owner, I would take advantage of this fully to the extent I legally could. So yeah, I suppose I'm a little bit conflicted on that point. So I think that might be one way to approach this, is to say that, you can't collect data like this unless people are very clearly and affirmatively allowing you to. Probably a better way to do it, if lawmakers really wanted to protect privacy, would be to just say you can't do this. Right? It's illegal to collect people's data. That in the United States, you probably know this already, there's not really a comprehensive scheme for legislating privacy, especially in this arena of advertising. And it doesn't seem like our lawmakers are equipped to take on big tech. They don't even understand it, I don't think, many of them, most of them. And they're not really motivated to take on this issue, it seems, for now. With regard to private companies, I don't think private companies are part of a conspiracy to try to control society, but I think just the free market operating tends to lead to kind of nefarious results, even though that might not be the motivation. The motivation is for them to make money. But you have that still, if they know everything about you, then these private companies do end up having a huge amount of control over your life, over what you want, and over the decisions you make before you even know you're making decisions. So I don't think it's planned from the perspective of private corporations, but I think the effect, I don't know if that matters. I think the effect is the same, that it ends up robbing us of some level of autonomy at a certain point, which is probably bad.
So, in conclusion, although these APIs and big data technology may make consumerism easier, currently it is not worth the invasion of privacy. There is hope, however, for a more regulated or better system to arise that is equally beneficial for both sides of the data trade in the future.